Hi everyone, welcome to week 2. I'm glad everybody survived week 1. Looks like you guys did some pretty good work in week 1. So I just want to reiterate that we do have to have all assignments turned in Excel, and I ask that you do it all on one tab, going down the tab, so that it's not spread out across the top. It's just a lot easier to read and to grade, quite honestly. So, um, I appreciate the efforts to make sure that you've done that and that you're turning in your homework in the correct format. And it looks like everybody's really, putting forth that good effort that I would expect. So, had, you know, everybody turning homework in and stuff like that, and it really looks good. So congrats, I'm very proud of you guys. We're going into week 2. Week 2 has quite a few problems in chapter 3, as you've probably seen. It's not that there's a super amount of problems, it's just that they're kind of intense. So the one thing that usually trips everybody up on this week is the graph making that it requires you to do. Okay, so basically I want to show you what this graph looks like. This is actually the solution to your homework, okay? And the graph looks like this, all right? The reason that I show this to you is because I know that unless you're really good at graph making in Excel, this one's going to be really hard to produce. So what I would suggest is that in Excel, you go ahead and make the lines that go down and across, and then just draw a line correctly to show, kind of how this trends, okay? So I know I would like for you to get good at graph making, but for the purposes of this course, it's likely, with this particular graph, it's going to be very hard for you to do. Some people will have it in no time because you guys have done this before, but others, it'll be a struggle. So just do your best on the graph. As long as I can see that you get the basic concept of what the graph is supposed to show, all will be good. And that goes for the other graph that's in the at the very end as well. Okay, so just make sure that you're really focusing on what those graphs are telling you and what they're supposed to show. Okay, so just wanted to kind of clear that up and make sure everybody was okay, because I know once people start doing their homework for this week, those graphs really throw people some curves. So don't spend a lot of time on the graphs, just draw the lines and be done with it. It's not that I'm going to go in and look and make sure that you've got the table right that's producing the graph and everything else. I know how to do them, but it's taken me a lot of years of practice doing them as well. So just so you are aware and you understand what's expected, okay? So any other questions at this point? Is there anything anybody's tripped up on from either week 1 or this week or anything? Okay, Em says she thinks she's good. I know Jason's been coming in and out. Jason, if you're there, do you have any questions? If you can chat in the chat window, that might be easier if you're having audio issues. Okay, awesome. All right, does anybody have any questions on the course or any feedback thus far? Is there anything that we can do to make things a little easier. Not so much that this class is going to be easy, but, you know, any additional help or anything anybody needs? So far, so good? Okay. All right. So, again, just keep plugging along. You know, we're in week 2. Next week is week 3. One reminder is to make sure that you're going through and you're checking your homework to the homework solutions. Make sure you're doing that on a weekly basis. It will help you tremendously when we get to the midterm, okay? And you do have access to the midterm. So again, another reminder, if you want to go out there and look at it and see what's on the midterm, it might help you to view that now and to know what we're shooting for, what you need to learn, so that when you see those problems on homework, they instantly look familiar and you know what you're going to be you have to do on the midterm, okay? So you can also do the same thing for the final, all right? So just make sure. It may not make sense yet because we haven't gotten there, but make sure you just kind of familiarize yourself with what we're shooting for, what we're trying to get to, okay? All right, guys. Well, if nobody has any other questions, I will let you guys go and I will post this webinar. As always, if you have questions that we didn't cover tonight, you get to something you don't quite understand, just please email me, let me know, shoot me a text, and I will do my best. It'll likely be evening before I can get back to you, but I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. Okay? All right. Have a great evening, everyone. Appreciate you showing. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.